right. I would like to start, first of all, by welcoming everybody in attendance and all of those who are still making their way into the Zoom. I want to welcome you. I want to thank you for your unrelenting support for the activities of the Tuskegee University Interdisciplinary Seminar Series and what, the series is doing, the Faculty Senate as well, for joining hands together to put together this series. I would like to thank especially the sponsors of this program that include the Andrew Mellon Foundation, the Tuskegee University Faculty Senate, the Office of the Provost, the National Park Services, the College of Arts and Sciences, the College of Agriculture, Nutrition, and Environmental Science, the Department of Modern Languages, Communication, and Philosophy, our deans, because most of our deans support the activities of the seminar series, as well as the department heads, those who are present. I know I have to acknowledge also President Brown, who should be on the call. I hope he's already on the call. I would like to give a very special thank you to President Mark Brown for his vision and his desire to rekindle the dream of our founding principal, Booker T. Washington, who wished to make Tuskegee University the premier institution training and educating Black and brown people from all over the world. President Brown's vision for internationalizing Tuskegee University actually motivated the Interdisciplinary Seminar Series in conjunction with the Faculty Senate to put together this panel of our young and budding international scholars. This series, for those who are joining the series for the first time, is a platform on which we welcome our public intellectuals, writers, poets, playwrights, novelists, spiritual and moral leaders, as well as activists, all of whom help shed light on the challenges posed by our world turned upside down. So before I would give the floor to the panelists, I would like to do some housekeeping. I would like at this point to have our president give us some opening remarks before we hear from our international students panel. If President Mark Brown is on the floor, I would like to hear from him. I would like us to hear from him. If not, anybody representing the office of the provost or our deans will take the lead. President Brown, are you on the call? Do we have anybody from the president's office? What about the provost office? Any of our deans on the call?
I am on the call. I'm Dr. Ruby Perry. I'm the Dean in the College of Veterinary Medicine and look forward to the students sharing the information and their journey regardless of where you're from, we all share some commonality, and I'm looking forward to hearing about their journey and their story.
Thank you very much, Dean Perry. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I would now like to request that everybody on the call, we stay on mute and keep your phones also on mute. At the end of the presentation, there will be Q&A. You would have the opportunity to ask your question live. If not, you could post your questions on the chat to me, and I'll read the questions out to the panelists. So for all on the call, at this point, even though I said you should keep your microphones muted at all times, at this time, I am requesting you take a minute, unmute yourselves so that we can give our panelists a big TU welcome a la Dr. Ndi. So everybody should unmute. When I see everybody is unmuted, and then we will proceed.
See what emerges from the FBI background.
I think that it's going to lay the groundwork that we're going to ask these questions and make sure.
Tiger Strong.
TU.
All right, let's do it again. I think many people didn't get it. Tiger Strong. All right. I'm not hearing the chorus. The chorus is not the music. The music. I want to hear the music. Let's start again. Tiger Strong.
Thank
you very much. Thank you very much. Let's continue. We will welcome our panelists. I would like to start by giving them the opportunity to introduce themselves, okay? To introduce themselves before we proceed with a number of questions that they would have to address to share their journey to Tuskegee, the challenges they are navigating, and how Tuskegee is shaping their vision and moving them to greatness. So I would like to start by calling, first of all, Miss Anita. You would go first. You take the floor.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. It's me, Anita. I'm from Nepal, a small country in Asia known for its beautiful mountain. Of course, highest mountain, Mount Everest, lies there, and its culture. Buddhism religion started like Gautam Buddha was born in Nepal. I'm studying psychology at Tuskegee University, and before coming here, I worked as a teacher in Nepal. And my experience in teaching inspired me to learn more about how people think and they grow. That's why I chose psychology. With this degree, I hope to help to improve mental health awareness in Nepal and make positive impact on people's life. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Miss Abbah.
Good evening, everyone. I'm excited to be on this panel tonight. I would like to first appreciate Dr. Ndi and the committee for the opportunity to be one of the panelists. My name is Queen Sarah Abbah. I'm from Nigeria. As we all know, Nigeria is a giant of Africa. And I'm from the western part of West Africa. I'm from the western part of Africa. Nigeria is located in the western part of Africa and filled with beautiful cultures, a lot of diversity of languages, and beautiful people, food, environment. During my undergraduate studies, I studied food science and technology from Kogi State University. And after that, I did my national service, which is like a compulsory national service in Nigeria for every Nigerian that is a graduate and below age 30. And after that, I was able to work for 3 years before coming here for my graduate studies. I'm currently doing a master's degree in food and nutritional sciences. So basically, I chose to pursue a graduate degree in food and nutritional sciences because from my undergraduate, I became so fascinated about how food can actually help in preventing and in curing a lot of diseases. So it's something I really want to explore and see how I can gain the skill, the mastery, and equip myself so much that I can be able to, help my community and the global community at large in helping them access better, healthy food to stay healthy. And so that is it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that very succinct presentation, introduction of yourself and your goals. Let's turn around to Mr. Ryan Lorcan.
Hi, my name is Lorcan Ryans. I'm from Ireland. I'm 21 years old. I'm from the southwest of Ireland, which is like the countryside. It's very green, lots of hills and cows and sheep and all that, lots of farms. My major is mechanical engineering, and I chose that just because I find it interesting. My dad's an engineer. As a kid, I used to wire like
That's the
stuff
name of
like
the actual
electronics up and all that,
You're gonna assign that to.
and what you call it. We used to
Just
build
pretend
stuff in the
that's-
garage, so I just got used to that kind of thinking, so I like engineering.
What's it called?
And what I aspire to do, I don't know, just get a good job. I don't know yet whether I'll stay in the US or not, or go back home to Ireland. But yeah, I got 2 more years here to study and figure it out. So
Okay, thank you very much. Let's hear from Mr. Kibet. Denis.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Denis Kibet, a sophomore from Kenya, a country in East Africa. I'm 21 years old, a student athlete in cross country and track. My major is nursing. I chose nursing because I had strong desire to help others. I aspire with my degree to utilize the knowledge and skill I gained here in Tuskegee to pursue career in medical field. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Moyo.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Zamani. I'm from South Africa, Zimbabwe. I'm 21 years old. I'm a junior here at Tuskegee, and my major is biology. So I chose biology because I want to go to dental school. I chose I want to do dentistry because I just want to fix some kids' smiles one day, because where I'm from, things like healthcare, they're very expensive. So I really want to build my own practitioner one day, and be able to fix some kids' smiles when they are still young, at a very cheaper price. Because I actually took that initiative because I was young. A lot of people because of my teeth, so that to be a dentist, not for some of the kids to actually go through what I went through. So yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you very, very much. I'm delighted we're going to have a nice discussion here, looking at the diversity. We have Nepal, Nigeria, Ireland, Kenya, Zimbabwe. So it is interesting. And I'd like you at this point to tell our audience a little bit about your journey to Tuskegee. I can imagine your journey to Tuskegee is not a drive in the neighborhood. It is not moving from Tuskegee to Auburn. So you have a lot of stories to share with us. I might just ask that we do the reverse order now. So we will start with you, Dr. Moyo.
Okay, so like for me, my journey to Tuskegee, I think is different than everybody else because I feel like Tuskegee chose me. I say that because I didn't know what Tuskegee was at first. So I'll give you a short story of my life. So basically, I was like this young tennis player in Zimbabwe, you know, with these dreams, you know, to study in the USA one day, you know, like some people thought like I was just daydreaming because it's close to impossible, you know, to actually come to the US from where I'm from. So apparently one day I played good tennis, you know, and then this other coach came to me and then he offered me a scholarship at a junior college in Iowa. It's called Iowa Central Community College. So, and then I did well, you know, some days like I'll play like the tennis of my life, you know, like I will literally like play so good. And then I'll be like, damn, I don't know if this is me playing like this, you know, and not knowing who's watching, you know, I would like the thing is like I will always try my best, not knowing who was watching me play. So it got to a point where like when I graduated in Iowa, I was now looking for like schools to transfer to. So I was busy writing emails to schools, you know, and apparently not even one coach like emailed me back, you know. And then this other day I was sitting in class and then the Tuskegee coach called me from nowhere. You know, he just told me that I've been watching you all the time. You know, I think you are a great tennis player, and I want you to come play for Tuskegee. And then I'm like, what is Tuskegee? At first, I did not even know how to pronounce the name Tuskegee. You know, because it was hard for me. You know, so after that, after talking to the coach, I told him, okay, man, like, I don't know what Tuskegee is. Let me do my research first online. And then when I did my research, I'm like, whoa, this is a great school, you know, like, because my goal was always to go to a Black school. You know, I always wanted to like be around the people like who are like me all the time and all the stuff, like so that I don't feel like left out in some of the things. So and then I had to call him after 3 days after doing my research, and then I told him, man, I think I love it, you know, I think it's a great school, you know, thank you for the opportunity. And yeah, that's how I got here.
Thank you very much. Let's go to the next. I think that's Mr. Kibet or Dr. Kibet. You take the floor.
My journey to Tuskegee was kind of challenging and some point good. But my backstory is when I was back in Kenya, I was a cross-country athlete. I used to compete in high school competition where I go to nationals. And there was a time when coaches were coming to recruit the runners, and they used to choose like the first ones. So I was accepted by another coach from Northwest Kansas Technical College, which is on Kansas. After accepting me, that was a good part. After accepting me, the another challenge was about the embassy. Getting visas at the embassy was kind of challenging, not that too easy. So at the first time I went for the embassy, I was not approved for the visa. So I had to stay for some time before going back for another interview. And then that's where I got my visa and went to Northwest Kansas for I went for like one year because it was a 1 year college. I graduated. Then I started applying for schools, of which some coaches accepted and replied my text. After accepting me, another challenge came is about the service, not service, the NCA clearance, which was another challenge. And the coach accepted me and helped me in that process. And that's how I ended up here in Tuskegee. And I really like here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Ryans, I think you're next.
Yeah, what you call it? My journey here was not normal at all. I went to primary secondary school in Ireland like everyone else, and I fell in love with American football somehow. I watched like a YouTube video or something and saw a game, and I was like, oh, that game looks really fun. So I started playing that, and no one really plays it in Ireland, so it's very niche sport. And yeah, so I played it since I was like 16. Then when I finished school at 18, I wanted to continue playing it just at a higher level because in Ireland it's not very good football, you know. So I went to an academy in the UK for 2 years, and like you train 4 days a week and play games and all that, and lift weights. So that's the reason I went over there, and I got my degree while I was doing it in sports coaching, and I did that, and then somehow it was very like I was hoping to come to America. It was like a distant dream, but it didn't really seem realistic because nobody really gets out because it's hard to get scholarships like as an international. And I was just lucky. I got linked up with a coach, and he sent on just a video I made of me just doing kicks, and yeah, the coaches needed a kicker here, and he likes my film, so he rang me up a couple of days later and offered me here. So that's kind of how we ended up here.
Okay, thank you very much. Dr. Abbah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ndi. Wow, my journey to Tuskegee, I've always wanted to, I knew I've always wanted to get a foreign degree because in a way, I felt there's more to, academics than what I was experiencing in my undergraduate. I wanted the exposure. I wanted all the skills I needed. I wanted like all that a foreign admission can offer. And another thing that helped me, I had a good number of friends that were really smart. That is my circle. They were getting, scholarships, Chevening scholarship. I applied to a couple of, international Chevening scholarships and all that. And I had friends that were into that. So they really influenced me, like motivated me the more, because looking from where I'm coming from, I knew I wanted a foreign degree, but I didn't know how to go about it, talking about the resources and all that. So I was able to reach out to one or two persons to put me through on how to, start applications and all that. And I appreciate a number of very close persons to me that really supported me in giving me suggestions of schools that I could probably apply in. And I ended up applying to Tuskegee University and a couple of other universities. So I reached out to some professors in other universities and they were like, there's no funding for now. After sending cold emails and all that, then I applied to Tuskegee University, and that was when I got an information that JRE was waived because of the COVID and COVID incident and all that. That was in 2021. So I started my procedure for application. So, but because of the West admission, my school didn't send my transcript on time, so I missed the deadline for 2021 admissions, and I was reconsidered for fall 2022 admission. No, I was reconsidered for fall spring 2022 admission, which Tuskegee graciously offered me admission and assistantship, and I was so excited that, yeah, I was coming to America and to study, because then just like Kibet said, then a lot of challenges came up, which had to do with visa application. And I feel this is peculiar to most African countries. We have really big challenge with getting visa on time. I couldn't get visa for about a year, and it wasn't funny. I almost lost the admission, but I appreciate my faculty head, I appreciate the graduate school. I reached out to, especially the late Dr. Jelani was the dean of graduate school then. I remember sending emails, calling severally to tell you the state of, my visa application and all that. And I deferred twice because I couldn't get visa. And then I really appreciate my department faculty. They were really supportive. If not for them, I don't think I would have just given, because it was very challenging. It was draining me mentally, financially, and I almost lost motivation to continue, but I kept pushing and pushing, and hopefully I got the visa, and the dean of graduate school with my head of department, they were able to they gave me the opportunity to resume during this summer semester in 2023. That was last year. So that was how I got here. And since I got here, it's been interesting. It's been yes, I really love it here. I've been able to grow a lot professionally, academically, and all that. So I love Tuskegee. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Let's hear from Dr. Dhungana.
Coming to Tuskegee was a major decision for me, and it was possible because of my cousin brother who was doing his PhD in Auburn University at that time, along with his wife, and it wouldn't have been possible with the guidance of Dean Prakash. He not only introduced me to Tuskegee, but also supported me throughout the process of coming here. He has been a guardian to me, helping me and adjust to the life of a new country. Moving from Nepal to Alabama was challenging because of everything was different. The culture where I was grown, the food which I was used everyday taking, and even the way of learning also. But the Tuskegee family made it easier. There were always a guide and encouraged me, like whether it was in my studies or personal challenges. Tuskegee family, they helped me a lot, and I feel Tuskegee is the right place for me because for me here it's like family. more than it's like an institution. So when we had tough time also, Tuskegee family supported us a lot. And while talking the journey up to the Tuskegee, that we have to do WES and then IELTS for our English proficiency, and which was I was getting guidance from my cousin, so I can do it well, and it was interesting and exciting to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dhungana. You actually anticipate the next question I was going to ask carefully, because I plan to ask you that living in a foreign country can be challenging. Because myself, I've traveled a fair bit. I've been around many countries, or at least 5 of the 6 continents I've been. And I believe it must have been challenging for you coming to Tuskegee. So the question I would have for you all is, how did you navigate the challenges, amongst which culture shock? How have you settled in Tuskegee with your Tiger Strong family? So I would like you to take turns, all right? Let's go back in reverse order. Tell me how you navigated these challenges.
Thank you for the question. Living in a new country, it was hard at first. Like, it has been more than 1 year now, so I'm used to with it at this time. But at first, it was tough. I had to adjust to a different culture, food, and even the lifestyle was different. And you know that time is also reverse here. It's morning in Nepal now. So, but the people here made it easier. And I have been fortunate to have my Dean Prakash as well as my advisor, Dr. Carter. She became so kind to me, and Dr. Rhonda Collier as well as Miss Piner. These people made my life much easier, and along with the Tuskegee family. Whenever I faced tough time, someone was there always to help us. Like, I also love sharing Nepalese culture with them when we had international mixture. These all things made us to assimilate with the culture here, so we can adjust easily. And talking about our festival and food with every people whom I meet in the Tuskegee was very interesting, and it is still interesting if somebody asks me about my back home, and which helped me to adjust with them, because when I share my things, they also share their feelings, so we can adjust very easily. At the same times, I have enjoyed learning about other culture also, not only American. I come to learn about African culture, and I'm very happy for that. This all have helped me to feel settled and happy at Tuskegee. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abbah.
Okay, so my challenges and how I was able to overcome them. Basically, coming here was the first time I was living in Nigeria. So that was the first time, coming to somewhere I've always been home from school. I've always been around my family, and coming here, I've not seen them for over a year, and I met a different weather. I'm from a very temperate region, and the weather here is graciously. I was happy I came during the summer semester, so it was a bit hot. So I didn't really have too much issue with that. Then with the change in weather, food, and academic expectations, back in Nigeria, according to Nigeria grade system, 70 is a mark of 70 is an A grade. This place, I was made to understand you need to score a 90. So I had to, the academic expectation was higher. I actually didn't know about that until I came here. And Yes, so the transportation, when I got here, there was no regular transportation. Back home, we jump buses and there's always public transportation everywhere. So coming here with no public transportation system, it was a very big challenge to me. And accommodation, yes. So I had to struggle to, get a place to stay initially until I was able to like settle. And yes, I was able to overcome these challenges by um having I met a very supportive team, my faculty member, my fellow students in the faculty. I met a number of African students from African community that I met here. I was able to, relate to one or two persons, and they really helped me navigate and find my way around. Like I reached out to a couple of people that were able to really, really help me settle here. When I need to go somewhere, I reached out to people. I reached out to a friend that helped me get a place to stay for some time before I was able to, get my own place. And I had a very supportive faculty members, my head of department, my professors. They were always welcoming and willing to help. And most importantly, I found myself a very strong religious community, a church that we're also supportive. And yes, so basically, I even remembered my church member. I got to know Dr. Undi through my church member. Yes, and yes, and I got some connections that really met people that have really been so supportive to me, and that was how I was able to settle. And since then, I'm very okay now, I guess. So I was able to, that is how I've been able to overcome some of these challenges. And for food, just like I said, I reached out, I got people that were able to show me the way to navigate things. Like for the food, I was able to locate African stores where I get my regular African food to cook, and I'm becoming from very familiar with even American food, so I don't think I have issue with the food and all that anymore. So thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Ryans.
Yeah. So it has been was challenging at the start for sure. Even like such easy things like getting a phone number and bank accounts and all that and proof of address. But yeah, as is pretty similar to before, like grades are different. Like a pass is like 40% back home, but a pass here is 70. Like it's very different. And so that took some getting used to. And also the food's very different. We eat a lot of roasts and stews and stuff, like roast beef and roast lamb. But yeah, the cat food is pretty different to my mother's cooking. And yeah, just the weather as well. Like it's very rainy and cloudy in Ireland. And coming over here in August and like doing conditioning with the team, like in like 105-degree weather, I was thinking I was about to drop dead on the field, like. But yeah, other than that, how I kind of overcame everything was just how friendly everyone is, how welcoming everyone is here. Like it's almost like another family, like literally. And I've met like families of friends that have taken me in, like a nephew or something. and it's been incredible, honestly. And obviously the support of my family from back home as well, that's helped out a lot. But yeah, that's pretty much how I've dealt with most of the culture shock. Now, it was helpful as well in fall camp when I came. There wasn't as many people here. There was only like two sports teams, so I got like my first introduction to America, and then 2 weeks in, then everyone flooded into the university, so that helped out a bit as well. But yeah, that's how I navigated it, was having friends here, and them and everyone really here being very welcoming.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kibet.
Yeah, living in a foreign country is challenging. And of which the first challenge, which is more serious, is that you leave your family and friends back at home. You come and meet with new people, new environment, new culture, new food, which is very hard to come with it. Yeah, even the weather is too different. In Kenya, the weather is warm throughout the year, but here sometimes too hot, sometimes too cold. Yes, so which is hard. It's hard. First for the training. There's a time I came to Kansas. I came during the winter. It was too cold that we just had to train in the snow, of which is like the body is not just picking and running. The other one is food, changing food, and eating American food was different. So, but I used to eat until now. I'm enjoying the American food, of which is very good. The way I overcome this challenge is staying with friends, talking with the faculty, and telling them your challenges. So they help me a lot. I talk with some professors for mentorship, and they give me good advice and guidance. And that is how I overcome these challenges. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Moyo, you have the floor.
Well, for me, it was a little bit different because so when I was back home, I used to travel a lot when it came to tennis because I was never at home like for some time because I was always like in different countries playing tennis and all this stuff. So I was kind of used to traveling a lot, like to be going to new countries where there's different kind of food, culture, and all this stuff. So when I came to the United States, I kind of like had like adapted to like my body was used to different time zones and all this stuff. So I used my skills to kind of like navigate with things around. For example, like I learned a lot when it came to like I like if you need something, you have to ask for help. Like you need to ask somebody. Well, because my grandfather, he had taught me that like you will never get lost if you have a mouth. So whenever like I needed some help or like wanted something, I always asked for help. So that's how I kind of like got away with it. So when it came to food was like at first it was kind of challenging for me because I was not used to eat fast food, but in America almost everything is fried, you know. So it was kind of like hard. And I remember this is a time I got like in a situation with my coach because of fried food, you know, and it was bad. But so I still try so hard to literally stay away from things like that. And when it comes to like schoolwork, for me, like from where I'm from, school is hard. Here in America, school was kind of like easier at first because it's like you get points for like attendance, so that's kind of like easy for me. But it's like because back home, it's like they don't even give you like study guides, but here they give you study guides. That's easy because um our education system is like we don't even use laptops in class, but here you are allowed to use a laptop in class. So like for me it was kind of like easier when it came to school. But when it comes to the weather, yeah, I'm not used to this weather. Like this weather is just too much for me. Like sometimes I really, I cannot take it because in Zimbabwe it's like it's not too hot, it's not too cold, but at the same time it's like this like this weather this side is always like on the extreme. It's either it's too hot or it's too cold. Because I remember this at a time I could not even breathe like when I was playing tennis when I came here first because of the weather. But I think like with training and everything I have adapted. And like so, and I'm so lucky that I have a very supportive team. Like the tennis team here is very supportive, like so when I needed something, I could like talk to my teammates and the coach, and the other thing too, I'm so lucky that I met some other professors, some other African professors like you, Dr. Indy, like who really showed me like a lot, here at Tuskegee, like how to get around and all this stuff. So yeah.
All right. Thank you all for your responses. But before we continue to the next thing, I just want to recognize the fact that President Brown is on the call. We would defer to him when we finish with the questioning. He will be talking to you. So the next question I have for you, we'll just go back around as we said, is that now that you are comfortable here at Tuskegee, what is it you would tell others from your home country or the US or any other part of the world? What would you tell them that would encourage them to come to Tuskegee? You have had the experience, you've had the challenges, you've overcome them, you've met people, because listening to you, I've heard your story, your messages of resilience. You've talked about your persistence, you've talked about your perseverance, your passion, how you coming here was a major decision, how before even coming here, you had this love for doing what you want to do and doing it right, which are great lessons. I believe your peers on the call are learning. So what is it you would tell others as encouragement to come to Tuskegee? You go first, Dr. Moyo.
So for me, for example, like when somebody is from Zimbabwe, I will literally tell them that like America is not what you see on TV, It's like because like on TV they show like New York City, Chicago, like all those big cities and all this stuff, So now they think that like they are going to heaven, And when it comes to money too, like people from back home, they think that money grows from trees. Like when you are in America, you can just pick money from the ground, So I would literally like tell them you have to be prepared to work hard because you have to know that like nothing is given to you just for free. And at the same time, it's like you need to know who you are, Well, because here it's like it's like there's a lot of different cultures, so you might actually get carried away to do some other things whatsoever. But I feel like it's better if you just like stay true to yourself, and it's easy to be distracted here because there's distraction almost like in every corner. There's always like a distraction. So, I will literally like tell them to, keep your focus straight, know why you are there, and just try to make your family proud. Yeah, and that's all I'll literally tell them.
All right, thank you very much. Let's go back, Dr. Kibet.
To anyone who is considering higher education, I think Tuskegee University will be your best choice. This is because Tuskegee University has a good history and legacy. You will find a variety of programs that you like, and the faculty are dedicated and passionate about teaching it, which will really help you a lot in the future. I invite you all to Tuskegee University. It's more than just an institution. It's like a family. Good people, good faculty, who will, when you come, they will welcome you warmly, and they will help you to be success in your life. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Ryans?
Yeah, so what would I tell others in my home country? I guess from the sports side of things, I mean, it's given me a platform to chase my dreams. And any sport that we provide here, I think it's a great place to come to America and really thrive at the sport. Like, you get to train the sport like 4 or 5 days a week and train and eat in the calf. Like, it's a pretty good environment to be in to thrive. And then educationally, I didn't even know like what Tuskegee was, even when I was offered. I had to look it up, and then obviously I found out when I came here. But like, the education here is genuinely good, and our education back home is good. It prepares us well, so they would find it not easy, but they'd get along good here. And in like a Tuskegee degree, especially in the South, like, it can get you in many doors. So that would be my advice. I'd say, like, if you're looking for somewhere to go, especially if you're in, veterinary, engineering, nursing, and all that, Tuskegee would definitely be a good place to come, and especially if you're a sports person as well.
Okay, thank you, Queen Abbah. Dr. Abbah.
So my advice to intending students from all over the world looking forward to pursuing a program, a foreign program, I would recommend Tuskegee University, because Tuskegee University, aside the very serene environment, makes you to focus. There's less distraction here. I'll be able to go to other bigger cities, and I've seen a lot of distraction. And this place is very serene. The campus is serene. It's where you can actually learn if you know what you're doing, be able to achieve your purpose. We have a community of very supportive faculties and staff that provides all the resources that students need to grow. I don't think a lot of schools do that, really supporting students. I know what I'm talking about. So Tuskegee University actually offers a lot of opportunities to students, especially international students, to really go and grow and pursue their dreams. I remember coming here, I've been encouraged, to join professional organizations, going for conferences. You have professors and mentors that support you to, present, go for conferences, and actually pursue your dreams. we have we also support Tuskegee University actually provides a lot of platform for students to actually excel. So talking about providing the right environment to study, the resources, the community, like a lot of African community, I don't know, international community, you meet different people, you learn aside academic, you get a lot of personal development, getting to meet people from all walks of life, different countries. Just like coming here was like the first time I met someone from Nepal. It was the first time I met someone from Tanzania. And when you see people that actually look like you, people that because I believe every African international student that is studying here right now has so much patience, resilience in them. Because coming here is not just on a platter of gold. You don't just get here on a platter of gold. You need to work for it. And this place has really taught me to grow. I've seen a lot of personal and academic growth, professional growth. I've been able to make meaningful connections from conferences, through staffs, students, and yes, so I recommend Tuskegee anytime, any day. It's a good place. It's actually the best place to start. If you're coming to the United States, Tuskegee University is the best place to start from. Yeah. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Dhungana.
Okay, yes, sir. Now that I have experienced life at Tuskegee, I would tell others to come here too. Like Tuskegee is not just a university, it's a family. The professors and the colleagues are always ready to support us. It's a great place to grow, learn, and make new friends. Whether you are from Nepal, the US, and anywhere else, you will find a warm welcoming from at Tuskegee. So I strongly recommend from the friends and my juniors from Nepal to try to study and try to apply here. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. I would really like to just ask you about one or two questions, and then we round up because I see we at the top of the hour, so that we can have President Brown say a word or two before we take the Q&A. So let's just say this. What are the 2 or 3 things? Because you have told us about the challenges you had coming here. But I believe that the university could still make it better for you all, right? Just give us 1, 2, or 3 things that the university could have done to better prepare you for those challenges you have.
Okay. The first one is accommodation, housing. Like being international student, we face a lot of problem because we have to sit off campus, and then the security of here is also so poor that one of our is also an international student faced that it was misfire and it caught his door. Like nothing happened luckily, but there is no security, so I want that if university look after it, it would be better. And the second one I feel is like transportation. Being international student, we don't have our own vehicle at the first, so while going grocery and something else, it's very hard for us to get such kinds of help. So if Tuskegee University helps us in that way, that would be good. And another one I would like to tell is about recreational activity. It's like only a university-oriented city or any university is off, we have nothing to do to recreate ourselves. So if gym and other student activities are provided by the university, it would be far better, and we can grow more securely. And yeah, that's are the things I want to take. I want to request for the university.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Abbah. Let's go back now.
Okay. One of the things I feel the university should have done to make life easier for students is a pre-resumption webinar. You know, I believe I've heard a couple of schools do that, but I didn't get one, and I don't think it's ongoing in Tuskegee University. It's a way where newly admitted graduate students or students in general, you know, get to be on like a webinar session for students, both intending and students that have actually gotten, you know, admission, you know, to tell them what they should expect coming here. You know, I think that would be very helpful, like getting like a pre-resumption webinar for students before coming here, not new student orientation. I'm talking about before arrival, you know, before students get here. If there could be like a webinar for students to actually tell them what is obtainable here and what they should expect, so they won't have a lot of shock, you know, when they are here. Secondly, I okay, this is funny. I would encourage. I discovered that for myself and a couple of international students that I've met, there is what we have a delay in receiving stipend. You know, when a student have to stay for 2 months, 3 months before getting stipend. Imagine a student that just came here with little or nothing, like no money, and the student is resuming school, and the difference back home, we pay rent once in a year. We just pay for the whole year. Yeah, you have to pay bills and every monthly bills, utility. And for someone that is struggling to get an accommodation as a new student and transitioning to a new environment, you need money. You really need money. And getting down here, probably because of the paperwork and maybe delayed in documentation and processing financial stuff, a student doesn't get paid for 2-3 months, you know, and that is really hard. Because how do you expect that student to actually take care of him or herself within that 2 to 3 month period when you are not working, you don't have any other source of income, you are just here. And for somebody that is not privileged to come with a lot of money, even if you come with a lot of money, it can't even sustain you very well comfortably for 2 months. So I think that should be looked into, you know, probably looking for a way to finish up with documentation early so that students can start getting stipend early to take care of themselves. And just like Anita said, transportation is quite an issue, but in that regard, I don't know how the university can, you know, help in a way of getting a graduate student housing resources for graduate students, especially if a graduate student is resuming school for the first time, like even if it's like an hostel where they can just come for the first semester, get settled before they move out for next batch of graduate students to come. I think that will, and even if it's as if it is at a cost, it could be at a more subsidized, you know, cost, like below the regular accommodation expectancy. I think that will really help in helping students to, you know, get settled and reduce the burden of, you know, transitioning. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ryan.
Yeah, the like Anita said, like stuff to do around campus, like having a rec center would go a long way. Just to go somewhere to meet up with friends and play basketball or something. I know we have Logan, but it's not always open. And I guess jobs as well, because we're on F1 visas, we can't work outside of campus. And most of the jobs that are given to students are federally funded, which we can't accept. So it would be having maybe some jobs for international students, like college funded, that we'd be able to like work in either after classes or on the weekends. That would help out a lot with the money issue of being here, and also to like pay to get home, because flights are expensive.
Okay. Let's hear from Dr. Kibet.
Also, what I like the school to help us as international students is about the on-campus jobs. Now that we came here, we 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 don't have anything to for like shopping clothes. Yeah, that is very challenging, and getting money here is hard, and there's no on-campus jobs. So that led to us who are responsible to create some on-campus jobs so that it can help us financially. Because now we are too broke, we don't have anything. Yeah, that's the thing.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Moyo.
So like for me, I would really like the admissions office especially to withdraw that thing of like if you are an international student, for you to come to Tuskegee, you have to show like around $40,000 on your bank, for you to come here, because I have like a lot of friends from back home who are really good tennis players, but they could not come here at Tuskegee because they didn't have that kind of money, or like their parents, they could not show $40,000 in their bank accounts, because like sometimes the coach can give you $20,000 for scholarship, and you can get some other money from the grants or academic scholarship, and you'll be like on full scholarship. But if you still didn't show that $40,000 on your account, it's hard for you to be admitted at Tuskegee. So that is the main one for me. And the second thing is, I think that Tuskegee needs to offer housing during holidays for international students, because it's hard, like to go back home like in every holiday, because the flights are very expensive. And I like to talk about the driver's license too. They need to offer a way, how we like the international students can get like a driver's license here from school, which will make the things easier for us to like get around. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is, to get like a shuttle, you know, to go to Walmart or to go to Target, like so that we can get around, and even a shuttle like to get around campus. Like for example, like sometimes in the morning, like we have practice, and I literally stay at Banneker, and I have to walk from Banneker to Logan Hall. That is very far. And sometimes too, like I'll be having a class like at bioethics, and like at 10, and at 11 I have a class at Armstrong, and that is almost impossible to be there on time. But if there was a shuttle, I think that would be easier, like to have a like on campus shuttle. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let me just throw that one last question before we leave room, if Dr. Brown is in, to give you a word. Just keep your responses very short, because I know many people are dropping off because they have other commitments. just think about how you can advise your African American peers on the idea of studying away from home. And also say a word about the quality instructions that you receive from Tuskegee University. Can you just combine that in like 30 seconds and tell us a thing or two? Go ahead, Dr. Moyo. You are muted. You are muted.
Sorry, sir. Can you repeat that?
All right. The question I was asking you is to think of an advice you can give your African American peers, your fellow students who are studying here, about studying far away from home. What advice can you give them to encourage them? Because I know you have your peers who are from Atlanta, Georgia, right? Who are in Tuskegee and they are homesick. How can you advise them? What can you advise them to do?
I think that you know, it is better to actually try to be occupied most of the times, you know, so that you don't really be by yourself, because when you're by yourself and then your thoughts, you know, they start kicking in and all this stuff, you know. So I think really it's just be able to have your own time sometimes too, if you know how to take care of yourself, emotionally and mentally and spiritually. I think it's, you know, it really plays a good role, for example, if you are a spiritual person, you know, sometimes you can, you know, going to church helps, you know, and you know, sometimes you can meditate, you know. And at the same time too, I think that when you are the person who really likes to do sports, you know, just go to the gym, you know, things like that, you know, they keep you occupied to a point whereby you will really forget about a lot of things. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Kibet, quickly.
To my peers, I encourage you all to study away from home. I know it's challenging, but it's good. It helps you. If you study in a different, far away from home, in a different environment, it exposes you to diverse culture and different people who will lead you to study more, to understand more. So for you to overcome this thing of homesickness, as Zamani Moyo just said, you need to keep yourself occupied. You keep yourself too busy so that you can't forget about homesickness. Another thing is only that it's for a short period of time. You can communicate with your parents, friends through phones, which will keep you close together, but you are far away from each other in real life. Yeah, that's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ryan.
Yeah, being grateful for your family, especially if you're close and you get to go home. Just being grateful to see them, being happy to see them. Because we have people on the panel who haven't seen their family in a year or almost a year. So it's, you know, it's a big thing having your family close by and having that kind of support system. And what was the other part of the question?
Well, the other part of the question was, what can you say about the quality instruction you receive from Tuskegee?
Oh, right, like professors and classes. So, yeah, the class sizes are ideal, honestly. Back home, there's not enough university places for the amount of applicants every year. and they just stuff universities and lecture halls with like 150 students for a lecture. So it's very nice having small classes where you can actually, get to know your professor and have like one-on-one conversations with them. And it makes it easier to ask questions. And when they're just in their office hours, go upstairs and ask a question or whatever. Makes it very easy compared to, having tutorial classes and then having to email advisors and stuff like my friends have to do back home. It's a big process to actually get in touch with their professors. So that's a big plus being here.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Abbah.
Oh, okay. My advice for people, my African American peers that are studying in foreign countries or intending to, I discovered that probably the way I think it has to do with culture. I see that my African American peers are more conserved, like they like their space a lot, you know. I think one of the reason why I was able to adjust here easily was because I could spot people that I could reach out to when I need help. I ask for help a lot. So I think I would advise them to be more open, flexible, try to reach out to people more, especially if they need help, because there's a lot you get to learn from people, actually building a strong community around yourself, like a strong, positive community, we really help in navigating when you go out to a foreign country. I think going out, okay, so I'll also advise okay, I think I also advise them to try as much as possible to get in touch with their family. I think that will help them to it will help them emotionally, like when you try to connect with your family through calls and all that. Often it will help to, the emotional stability will be there, so you will not really feel it that much, and the quality of education I've had here so far has been, I could see a very, very big difference from what I used to have. Just like Ryan said, you get this small class, and the professors are very welcoming. Like you can just walk up to a professor's office or send an email and they respond, just very fast and able to relate with them. If you need clarification or you need any kind of, support from them, and they are really willing to, assist. The professors here take their time to give the student the best, which I'm very grateful for. And aside the academic work, they give you a lot of opportunities, to can take advantage of internship opportunities, professional opportunity to join professional organizations, opportunity to travel for conferences, and they really support all that. So it's been impressive, and I really appreciate, I'm grateful to be here. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Dhungana.
Okay, if you are thinking of studying far from home, I would say it's worth it. It's not easy, but it's help you to grow stronger and learn new things about yourself. You will meet the people from different backgrounds, like having different cultures, which is the great way to expand your knowledge and understanding. Don't be afraid of step out of your comfort zone. You will gain so much from the experience. So I strongly recommend to my peers that you must try for it, and you will say that it was the best decision in your life. And the quality instruction that I received from my university is that high quality education back as it is compared to my back home. The things we use, we used to imagine it there, they are they are in front of our eyes, and we are using them day to day life. And it's like smart board, practical based education, which we used to talk to back home, but here we experience it. And student motives education. These all are the things I'm just. And Rich Center is also the good platform for the students. And thank you.
All right. Thank you all very much. I wanted to give President Brown the floor, but I realized he jumped out of the meeting. So I quickly texted him, and he sends his best regards because he had to join another meeting. He said, since he missed the opening and missed the end, all he can do is for me to send you his best wishes. There will be opportunities he would have to talk to you. So at this point, we have exhausted most of the questions I had, but I know those who are listening, they have questions to ask you, right? They have questions to ask the panelists. And what I would suggest for those in the audience, if you have a question, raise your hand, unmute yourself, talk, but let's not have two people talking at the same time. So if you have a question from what you've heard, talk to our panelists, unmute, and let's hear from you. All right, Dr. Rivas, unmute yourself.
Thank you. It's not so much a question as a comment. There is public transportation in Tuskegee. So if you need to get someplace, let's say to get your license, or you need to go to Walmart or something like that, you can call 334-724-2556. I put it in the chat. If you are going to travel only within the county, it's $5. Let's say you need to go to Piggly Wiggly, or you need to go to pay your bills at UBT. If you need to go out of the county, let's say to Auburn, it's $10 to go, $10 to return. So you call them the day before or earlier. You tell them where you have to be and when. And they tell you at what time they can pick you up. You tell them your address, they go to your house or to wherever you want, and then you get into the vehicle, they take you to the place, they drop you off. When you are done doing your business, you call them and they pick you back. There are a few limitations of that public transportation. It does not work during the weekends, for example. And if you're going to go out of the county, it tends to only go out of the county like twice a week. I think it's like Tuesdays and Thursdays or something. If you have a medical appointment, it will get you to your appointment exactly on the dot of the time. I mean, it will get you early to your appointment if you have a medical appointment. So if that's your concern, you can specify, or let's say for therapy or something that is time sensitive. Otherwise, of course, driving your own car is more time efficient, but I know that international students don't land with cars here. So yeah, I think that's the contribution I wanted to make. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I see Dr. Elijah James has his hand up.
All right, so I have it's like a a comment and a question. So this is for Lorcan Ryan. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. But I do know that earlier in this year you ended up getting an award for like best special teams for football. So I want to say congratulations on that. And I wanted to ask you, how did that make you feel being able to go to a completely different country play like their main sport and then be able to get an award from that sport.
Yeah, it feels great. Like I've been kicking a ball since I was small, like so I've been like yeah, it wasn't the same ball. It was like either soccer or rugby or Gaelic football. But I was able to kind of take the coordination and skills from when I was a kid growing up and put it towards this. But yeah, it felt great getting all conferences this year. Hopefully we get lead on to something better next year. But yeah, I appreciate it.
All right, thank you very much. I did see somebody wanted to comment. That was Dr. Taunton J. Are you still on the call?
Oh, lights out. I am. I just want to say thank you guys for taking your time and like explaining to us some of your experiences. That's it.
All right, thank you very much. And Dr. Perry did send in a, to Zamani that she spent 2 summers at the University of Zimbabwe and have friends there. Nice to meet you on the panel. Okay. So any other person who has some comments? Dr. Bell, do you want to say what you had to say about scooters, campus scooters? If you are still on the call. All right, if not, I see Dr. Ontanyanya, Dr. Hatter. If you could come on your video and talk to us, that would be great.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Antonia Hatter, and I'm an environmental science student. I really enjoy traveling. I got the opportunity to go to Ghana with Dr. Eunice Bonzi this previous summer. So my question is for Queen. If I wanted to go do, if I wanted to be an international student in Africa, what is some pointers that you would give me as far as like applying, and what do I need to be prepared for?
Okay. Well, applying for a program like in Nigeria, that is where I'm familiar with. There is what we call Joint Admission and Matriculation Board. You need that to get in, just like a regular maybe SAT. That yeah. So you need to pass and meet up with a particular grade point. I think basically 180 is the basic, like the cutoff point over 400. So most times you need that. And if you need a more professional course like medicine, pharmacy, you need a way higher score. At times those are very competitive scores, courses. So you need probably 250, 300 to get into such programs, especially in universities that are very competitive for these courses. Basically, most times, what people feel when they apply to schools, especially foreign students, most times we believe, unlike this place, that public universities are like way standard. In back home, most people that have the means, they'll really prefer going to private universities to actually get the best. And because of the I don't know, like, okay, let me talk about my undergraduate days. Public universities are known for going on strike, so most times if you want to finish on time and get your degree on time, most time private universities are weird, especially for people that can afford. Compared to what you pay in the US, is way affordable. Yes, so going to public universities in Nigeria is very affordable compared to what you have here, because even though for an average Nigerian, that might be way expensive. You know what I mean? Yes. But for someone like somebody that is here already, because of the let's say the currency differences, with a minimal amount here, you can actually fund yourself comfortably, and you get your degree on time. And like they have very good facilities, that is why they are way expensive. But for public schools, or like public universities, they are less they are more affordable. Sorry, public universities are more affordable, and they have a lot of, of course, paid government and teachers, but the population population is pretty much. So those are some of the advantages why I feel, if for you that you are not used to that terrain, like you didn't grow up there, I would advise you probably go to a private university, because you're not going to, it might take time, really a lot of time to adjust, because of the differences are quite a lot. Like, I'm speaking from the perspective of what is obtainable here and what is obtainable there, But we still have very good public university. Don't quote me wrong, please. I just want to clarify that for you looking forward to going there, it's advisable for you to go to a private university, because of the irregularities and all that you experience in public universities. But the quality of education is still standard, very good, but I feel you'll be more comfortable there. And with the entrance requirement, you probably need a joint admission matriculation result to get in. Like, you sit for the exam and you submit that, with the rest are just basic requirements, good grades in high school, and you're able to get it. So thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. You see, we're running almost out of time. Dr. Ruby Perry said, sent on the chat, right, that thank you for sharing your information. And I have another text that just popped up by Dr. Webb. I would like Dr. Webb to come on live and say his message. I will not do justice to Dr. Webb's message, reading it from here. Dr. Webb, could you come up and talk to our students, please? They'd like to see you, hear your voice.
Yes, to all the students, it was very good hearing you make your comments. I myself was an international student here at Tuskegee at the College of Veterinary Medicine, and I've always been very proud of this institution. I've been to several different parts of the world, and Tuskegee has always been my #1 call. I would like to encourage you. I know that things are not the same as they should be, but they're going to get better. So as I said in my little message to you, the future is vast. Don't fear it. And as we work together as a team, I'm sure that we can make Tuskegee the place that you would like it to be. But I think your comments are well received. You speak on behalf of yourselves, and also I'm sure that some of the comments have been generated by your peers and friends that you've met. We share common concerns, but let's work together and we will be able to address some of these needs and make this place the place it should be. Thanks again, and we are glad that you chose Tuskegee. I was glad I chose it, and so I'm happy that you have chosen Tuskegee. All right, all the best.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Webb. Thank you, Dr. Webb. All right. I know there are many other comments that have come, but I'll close on a question to the panelists, which is a question from Dr. Wiles, Do you want to ask your question, Dr. Wiles, or you off the line already? The question is, would you as an international student recommend Tuskegee to others? I know you already answered the question, but just take 10 seconds and address our question.
Yes, definitely. We recommend other students to the institute, Tuskegee Institute, because it's like more than university, it's like a family. And we being a part of home, if we feel here as a family, then we can grow and we can um, achieve the goal in the easier way. That's why I strongly recommend for other to be a part of Tuskegee.
All right. Thank you very much. Any of you have any other thing to say?
Yeah, well, for me, speaking from the sporting perspective, I am going to like recommend Tuskegee, but so like I recommend Tuskegee to so many because they have great facilities and everything for you to actually achieve your goal.
All righty. Thank you, guys. If not, I would like to call on Dr. Joe Chime, the Assistant Dean, if he doesn't mind to come on camera to give us a vote of thanks to the panelists and to those on the call to close us for this very riveting conversation we've had. Dr. Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I cannot, my technical difficulty with the video, but I hope you can hear me.
Yes,
Can you?
we can hear you 5 on 5.
And in fact, it will be better when I see you in person. I know a couple of the panelists in person, face to face. So when you see me on campus, then you will have seen me. But peace be unto each and all of you. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. We all have been international students here in America. And then, of course, back home, we have had international students in our different countries. But it is a wonderful experience. And we are really grateful that you've chosen Tuskegee. We're really grateful. Be proactive about your presence here. Make your presence felt and known, which and this kind of platform makes possible. But also when you are in the buildings, you know, in the different halls, it doesn't take much. And just like you want African American students to be open-minded, and the same applies in the sense of how you make it possible. I make it a habit to just meet students and ask them, what's your major? What's your name? Where you're from? And one of the things I do say is, especially when I ask where you're from and they tell me they're from Atlanta, I say, you're not from Atlanta, you're from Powder Springs. In other words, put your own place on the map. So thank you for this wonderful opportunity you've given us to hear you. And I pray that some of the suggestions you made will come to fruition in a way as Dr. Webb said, so we can make it the place we want it to be. So thanks to each of you, and I wish you the best on behalf of the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences and our staff and other students, the entire community. We say thank you for enriching this place. You said how your life is being enriched. I want you to know that it's reciprocal. So we thank you, and thank you very much, Dr. Indy. This interdisciplinary forum is going a long way, and I pray that you document these things so that we can see, just like someone was talking about, we want for students before coming to have a kind of webinar to see this. All these kinds of, this kind of platform, this kind of information can be of help. And I pray that we do so. So thank you very much. We wish you the best on the exams. And maybe this last thing, I was looking at the university handbook. I think it was Zamani who was talking about leaving from one point to the other is a concern for students. Classes do not begin exactly 8 o'clock. You have a 10-minute period within the hours, 10 minutes. So if I do see the concern coming from Armstrong to Kenny Hall. So you're right. I hope that the transportation will be provided so one can just hop on the shuttles and go between. But thank you very much. Be blessed and wish you the best on your exams and so that you can end the year very strong. So thank you very much, Dr. Indy. This is wonderful.
Thank you very, very, very much. I think on this note, if we don't have any other comment, I would have loved Dr. Adua Dai, but I don't see him on the call. So on this note, Dr. Jime has closed us up. And as he said, peace be unto you, I will borrow from him and say, go in
peace.
Tiger strong.
See you.
You know. Okay, I wanted to echo very well because only one person will say TU, but I want to hear the echo of because we know TU is Tiger Strong. Tiger Strong.
Somebody's supposed to TU.
TU.
You know.
Unmute yourselves, please. I'm not going to go if you don't do it right. All right. Everybody on mute. I want to hear all the 55 voices. One person will say TU after I ask Tiger Strong. Then I hear the chorus. Tiger Strong.
You
know. Okay, thank you very much. You have a blessed and wonderful one. Bye-bye.
You know.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.